Good afternoon, everybody. Today is 25th January 2023, and now we are approaching toward budget, full-fledged budget going to published by this current sitting government on 1st February. And I think there is only 3 to 4 trading session is remaining. One is Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday. So 3 trading session are left for before pre-budget session, I can say. Afterward, budget session will be there on 1st. Okay, so let's start today's session, Bazaar Pe Charcha. And before discussion, disclaimer from our side, as usual, that whatever we are going to discuss in this particular webinar should not be considered as a buy or sell recommendation. And all information we are going to discuss in this particular session, please consider it as for educational purpose only. And okay, we are not having any exposure in market. Okay, so let's move. So first, as usual, let's discuss once again this overall market condition or overall market direction as per O'Neill methodology of market direction. And as per O'Neill methodology of market direction, if you see here, almost all market is in correction except IT, energy, and metal. Okay. If I talk about a benchmark index, that is Nifty 50 and Sensex, both are in rally attempt, because last time when it has touched, I think 17,770, and afterward it remained, it has not breached that level for next 3 days. So it has moved, we have moved into a rally attempt. But today market has once again fallen sharply manner in downside. So let's see what is going to happen. Technically, we will discuss further. So overall, what I'm trying to say, current market condition is not showing some rosy picture. It is a mixed picture of everything, like bulls, bear, optimism, pessimism. Like I can say IT in last 1 week or last 7 8 trading session, there is some optimism in really this IT actually. Then there was some positivity in metal because it is already trending in uncharted trajectory at almost high level, almost at all-time high level. But at the same time, other major sectors like banking, so banking are not doing that much good. It is trending in sideways only. If I talk about pharma, it is not doing good. If I talk about auto is comparatively not doing good, but today there is a very good breakout on chart, daily chart, trend line breakout. We will discuss later on. Okay, this is and along with you can see the performance of this our benchmark indices in last 1 month. So in last 1 month, if we see, so there is a 2 index, IT and auto has clearly outperformed to overall market, and both has gained more than 6% in last 1 month. Okay, so let's move further on chart to discuss technically. So this is the daily chart of Nifty 50, and if you see here, this trend line I have already drawn in, if you remember last Bazaar Pe Charcha. So I have drawn this trend line here actually, and last time also I have mentioned this, that it has breached this particular trend line. Now let's see what is going to happen. So there was few possibility, and possibility was like 17,800 kind of level in downside, 17,300 kind of level in upside. And I have mentioned that level, that if you remember, that either side breakout may lead market in that particular direction. Otherwise, once again, it will remain traded in sideways only. So market has tried to that market has not breached or given breakout or in any upside or downside, and remain traded in sideways. Now, currently, if I talk about, so currently market is in this formation of this sideways kind of move from the last almost 3 months here, if you see, and this particular pattern we will consider as a flag pattern. So flag pattern breakout breakdown may validate once it will breach 17,770 level. Please mark this level, 17,770. Once it will breach, means Nifty will breach 17,770 decisively with very good volume, then we can say that there is a validation of this flag bearish flag continuation pattern. And whenever there is a bearish flag continuation or bullish flag continuation, any flag continuation pattern, that is considered quietly strong indication of market in that particular direction. So here there is a formation of bearish flag continuation. That means once it will breach decisively this range, so I can say that in such case market may fall further at least 1,000 point to 1,200 points in downside, and in such case market may move towards 16,700 to 16,500 kind of levels in downside. If I talk about moving average and other things, so moving average is currently 200 days simple moving average is placed around 17,300. So obviously it may take some sort of support around 17,300, or maybe further it may take another sort of support around this psychological mark of 17,000. So that is also possible. Another way, there was a swing low here, and swing low was placed around this in the range of 17,000 only. So in such way also support is there in that range, 17,300 follows by 17,000. But yes, if I talk about this pattern point of view, the pattern may validate. Once pattern may validate, then in such case, as per or according to pattern formation, I can say market may fall up to 1,000 to 1,200 points in coming few weeks actually. But we also don't know how what is going to happen in coming days and coming weeks. But yes, this is the current scenario. So meanwhile, market is facing strong resistance around this 18,300. So upside, unless and until it will not cross and hold over 18,300, we will not consider any bullish sentiment in market. And likewise, unless and until it will not breach 17,750, 17,770 kind of levels in downside, we will not consider as a confirmed bearish trend from here. In between that, it may remain trading in sideways, like it is trading in from the last 3-4 weeks actually. Okay. So meanwhile, it is in sideways with negative bias. Breaching below level I have suggested may extend downside further. Okay. So bias is almost in at current juncture. Bias is negative. Pre-budget rally was not happened obviously in last 1.5 months. Pre-budget rally, I can say it was already happened and completed in December. And when Bank Nifty has formed the all-time high level, Nifty has formed all-time high level, and afterward market has entered into correction. Okay, so from the last 1.5 months, I can say, or maybe almost 2 months, market is not showing that much good strength in from December onwards. Now, apart from Nifty, if I talk about Nifty, let me remove first this annotation. Clear. Okay. So now this is Nifty chart. Sorry, Bank Nifty chart. If I talk about Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty is also from the last 1 month is not doing that much good. And if I draw one more trend line here in front of you only, so it has breached this downward sloping trend line here, and it is trending below it. Further, it is this red color line, that is 21 days, 50-day moving average. From the last few days, or I can say from the last 4 weeks almost, it is hovering around that 50 DMA. 50 DMA means hovering around means okay, sometimes it trying to cross and remain holding above that. Sometimes at breach, and from the last almost 3 weeks or 2 weeks, it is trending below it. So from the last 4 weeks overall, it is hovering around it. So overall sentiment is not that much good in Bank Nifty also. Even today also, Bank Nifty has fallen more than 2.5%. So there is a big bearish candlestick formation, and decisively it has breached the 50 DMA, and now it has breached this key support level, or I can say it has already reached, not breached, but it has reached to key support level. Key support level is placed around in the range of 41,500, 41,600. Falling below it, no doubt there is a 100 DMA is there, which is placed around 41,500 range. And so I can say 100 DMA is also placed in that range, 41,500, 600 range. The price range is also key support area in terms of price is also placed in that. So I can say once it will breach that level, so maybe next target would be around, at least in my opinion, in Bank Nifty, 39,000 followed by 38,000. Let's see how it is going to behave. Otherwise, Bank Nifty has already formed lower top, lower bottom pattern, lower top and lower bottom pattern, price pattern formation. on daily chart. Let me draw that chart so you will get better clarity. This, then this, and then this. So it has already formed lot of lower bottom formation. So let's see how it is going to behave. Overall sentiment is now turned into turned bearish in this Bank Nifty also. But budget is there in next few trading sessions. So I would not like to comment anything decisive. But technically market is looking weak. That is different perspective, and budget is another perspective. So and it is only 3 days to go. So it is better to go instead of going aggressive short in market. It is better to wait and watch and take some safe steps in market and wait for budget. Let's see how budget will be there. Then market will decide its trend after budget actually, or maybe for 1st February onwards. So maybe market will remain at least next 3 days with negative bias. And afterward, I can comment decisively that what will be happen in coming days. But meanwhile, overall sentiment in Nifty and Bank Nifty is negative, no doubt at all. Now, next, apart from this Nifty and Bank Nifty, next is this metal. So metal has already, if you remember, metal it has given breakout, that is 6500 breakout. Then there was some resistance around 6800. It has also it has crossed that resistance also, and it is still trending in bullish trajectory only. So sentiment is bullish, no doubt. But if I do some detailed analysis of last 2-3 month price pattern along with momentum, so momentum has deteriorated in metal also. Okay, so I'm not saying momentum is strong. Meanwhile, even though it is trending in almost uncharted trajectory, but it has deteriorated. And another thing is that it is still holding this trend line, upward sloping trend line. So overall sentiment is bullish in metal from long-term perspective, but from short-term perspective, now from here, unless and until it will not cross decisively level of 6900, it will remain traded in sideways only. And what I'm expecting, it will only cross, suppose if market sentiment will remain bullish, then only it will cross the 6900. Otherwise, most probably it will enter into sideways only. So maybe sentiment may remain, if I talk about especially from 2-week perspective or for budget perspective. So let's see if there will be some very good infrastructure push from government, and then if government will take some measure to protect the interest of the Indian manufacturer against China, even though China is not operating because of their COVID breakout and other factors. But yes, so see how government is going to take its action. So maybe it will decide the market trend in metal. But meanwhile, it is trending in sideways. Especially if I talk about next 2-week perspective. So one thing is budget may be triggered in coming days. Otherwise, most probably it will remain traded in sideways. So overall sentiment is bullish, but it looks like it will remain traded in sideways. So Nifty, Bank Nifty, and metal I have discussed. Now Rahi is there. He will discuss few sectors.
Thank you so much, Pawan. Yeah. So I will be talking about Nifty Realty, Nifty Pharma, Nifty Auto, and Nifty IT. So let's go one by one. So first of all, I would like to talk about Nifty Realty. Nifty Realty. So looking at the chart itself, the entire index is not looking that great. Actually, it is in the consolidation phase, and the macro data of this particular sector is also negative. So that is also one this information. And apart from that, the index is actually trading below its all key support level. So overall setup, if you look at it in Nifty Realty, it is actually bearish. But the main critical level for this index is 410. So 410 is the level to watch for this. And if that level is breached, then it might go and touch its 400 and followed by 390. So this is all about Nifty Realty, because looking at the chart itself, it is not looking that great. It has breached all its support level, and it is also in the form of consolidation phase. And from the past 5 days, if you look at the volume and how the market has closed, how this index has closed, all from past 5 days, it is closing on the negative note. So obviously it is not looking that attractive at this point in time. Now Nifty Pharma. So looking at the Nifty Pharma index, it has already breached its 200 DMA, and death crossover has already happened here. And after that, index has witnessed a consolidation phase, and still it is trading in the consolidation phase. So the support is actually placed at 12,300 and followed by 12,000 level. So we need to once the index is trying to bounce back from here after the budget, as Pawan has mentioned, because budget is the only expectation that we all are actually looking at. So budget may act as a positive thing for this index or all the index that we have, and from there it might turn positive and it might bounce back from here. But for that, for taking the call, at least it has to sustain above its all key moving average. If you look at all the key moving averages, 100 DMA, 200 DMA, 50 DMA, and 21 and 20 DMA, all are actually trading above this at the current price level. So it has to at least gain around 13,000 level, which is 100 DMA, which is 12,850. So at least 100 point above that. So we might think of taking a call in this particular index, and we might take a position, started building the position in terms of stocks in this space. Now Nifty.
I would like to add in this part.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
That the last time, if you remember, on 24th of this 1 minute. No. Okay. So there is some pattern. If I talk about pattern side, so it has already breached this upward sloping trend line. And if I do weekly analysis, weekly chart analysis, so there is some sort of this flag pattern formation on weekly chart. But yes, there is a very good support in the range of 11,800 kind of range. I can say almost 500-600 points away from where it has bounced and started trending upside from the month of June onward, June 2020 onward. So that level, that which is placed around 11,800, 11,700. So unless and until it is trending above this level, and suppose it will protect this level, so maybe it will remain positive. Otherwise, once it will breach, so, or I can say 200-week exponential moving average is also there in that particular range, plus minus 100 point. So after considering all these factors, even though structure is bearish, but there is a very good support around 11,700, 11,800 kind of level in pharma index. Breaching below that, then only it will turn more negative. Otherwise, it will remain traded inside. Meanwhile, as such, there is no positivity in this particular index. So it's taking to better. It's better to taking any particular position in this stock. Even today, also it has breached and given some negative return of more than 1%. I think 1.2%. So maybe falling below it, maybe once again there is some support around 12,300, then 12,000, and then followed by 11,700. It is a very strong support. So let's see how it is going to be having in coming weeks actually, and then we will take. Otherwise, meanwhile, overall structure is not looking that much attractive.
Yeah, thank you. Now I would take Nifty Auto. So in comparison to what I have talked, like Nifty Realty and Nifty Pharma, this particular sector is actually looking comparatively, it is looking good, and it is trading above its all key moving averages as well. So in upside, if you and the one thing is, like, it is actually trying to form lower top and lower bottom formation. If you look at here, that it has formed 13,544, then again it has formed the low of 12,668, then again lower top of 13,295, and like that it has actually from here, from 200 support that it has got on 26th of December, from that it has actually tried to show its resilience, and it has moved It has also taken, it has also reclaimed its all key moving averages as well, but still it is not looking that attractive. And the reason is like its critical level is placed at 13,300 to 13,400 level. So once this support level, once this resistance is surpassed and it is being sustained by this particular index, then we might think of taking position in this particular space. And as of now, there is no sign of weakness, but it is actually trading in a sideways, we can say. It has also given the trend line as well. But overall sentiment in this auto space as of now, and looking at the entire market conditions, this stock is this sector is trending in a sideways. Yeah.
One thing I would like to add here. So there was a trend line, downward sloping trend line breakout happened in its started trading session.
Yes, here.
And one thing. Another is that level point of view. So as Rai discussed, 12,300, 12,400 is a critical level to watch. Suppose it will 13,300.
13,000, yeah.
13,300, 13,400. So suppose it will cross and hold of that level. So I can say that it will enter once again. It will enter into fresh bullish trend. And I would like to reiterate my earlier months, few months back comment regarding this sector, that once when it has given breakout around 11,500 level, that at that time also I have suggested that it may ready to move toward 15,000, 15,500 kind of level. But so overall sentiment is bullish from long-term perspective, but short to mid-term perspective, it is trending in sideways. But now sentiment has turned. And another thing is budget. Budget is going to publish in next coming days. And maybe that's how government is going to react, or how government is going to talk in budget, especially auto sector like electric vehicles and everything. And accordingly, how companies in this particular space is going to set their future strategy. So maybe that is going to be a really game changer in this particular space. Most probably government will try to, even government is already focusing on electric vehicles and everything. And maybe they will give more weightage in this particular year, especially on price wise and battery swapping and other planning. And if these companies will adopt, like Mahindra is already working aggressively now, Tata Motor, Maruti, all these companies are really working aggressively on EV side. And that may be going to be a trigger point for this. But levels point of view, I can say 13,300, 13,400 is a critical level. Suppose it will cross and hold decisively, then I can say fresh bull trend will start in this particular index. Maybe trigger will be there on the day of budget, or maybe after that actually.
Okay. Now Nifty IT.
Nifty IT. You are going to discuss, or?
Yeah, I'm going to discuss it. So Nifty IT has, so this is the daily chart of Nifty IT, and Nifty IT, and we have been saying, especially Popon has already told in the last webinar and a few webinars back as well, that after sustaining above its 2,900 mark, the index might go and reclaim its 30,000 to 30,500 level. So if we look at the level point of view, actually it has reclaimed and it has actually touched it like 30,499, and from that level actually it has actually tried to move downside, because in today's trading session IT has also has declined. So yeah, we need to wait and watch for this, but we have seen the resilience, and from this sideways trading from from past few weeks, the index has actually tried to move upside, and it is actually trading in a sideways. So we need to wait and watch for like budget session, how the IT, what is government is going to announce in the budget for IT sector as well. So this index also might take trigger from the budget point of view. But as of now, overall sentiment in IT sector is trading in a sideways. Yeah. Would you like to add something in IT?
Yes. So IT is more, meanwhile, from the last 2 weeks, it really did well. But now it has reached at resistance level. So only hope is this, even though this Q3 numbers is not that much bad actually, numbers from various company published by till now, like TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, or Persist from Midcap, Coforge and other. and that is why IT is not doing. IT, there was some recovery happened in IT. But if I talk about next 6 months or 2 to 3 quarters point of view, so still it is not out of the wood. I don't want to say that there is going to be a trend change. Still there is a very pessimistic kind of situation in global economy, and there is a every day you all will be listening that news that this company is going to cut off this number of jobs. Like that situation is happening across the globe. So overall, and accordingly, they are now cutting their IT spending also. So let's see how it is going to. But till now, whatever data is available, revenue data or growth data is available, that is not that much bad, or I can say it is good. I can say in current scenario, and technically there is a resistance in upper side in 31,000 kind of level, 30,500 to 31,000. So maybe market is reacting. So suppose market will remain very strong, so obviously it will once again enter into sideways. But overall, I can say unless and until it is holding about 29,000, there is no problem at all in this IT index. But suppose it will breach 29,000 level, then only I can say once again it will enter into sideways. Otherwise, this bullish momentum may remain in continuation in coming days. So I think a budget point of view as such, there is no bad thing or good thing is going to be happen IT from IT perspective. But yes, overall economy like inflation, interest rate, and other revenue guidance for belongs to this particular space is going to impact this company. I think in next 2-3 quarter, picture would be more clear regarding IT space. Meanwhile, 30,500 to 31,000 kind of range is showing resistance, and it is not going to cross this particular range so much easily, in my opinion at least. So maybe let's see how it is going to behave in coming days. But sentiment is from the last week, sentiment has turned bullish. So let's see how it is going to behave in coming days. Meanwhile, it is not looking that much bad comparatively compared to other sectors.
So 2 more is left.
Okay. So one is which one is left? The FMCG.
FMCG and Nifty Energy.
Acha, so let's talk first FMCG. So FMCG.
So please
today,
start sharing your screen also, no?
Acha, 1 minute. One minute. Where is my screen?
If you want, then I can show it on my screen
So
also.
please share meanwhile.
Okay.
Otherwise, I am sharing, no worries.
Okay.
1 minute. I am sharing now. Yes. Is it visible now?
Hi, it has come.
So Nifty FMCG. So Nifty FMCG today almost a flat trading session happened. Now it is trending below 50 DMA, 21 DMA in flat zone. First thing technically. So it purely depends on market condition. But in my opinion, if I talk about my opinion, so maybe this budget is going to be quite people friendly, general people friendly budget. So maybe the government, as I in early this opening comment, I have commented that this is the last full-fledged budget of this current sitting government, and now government has already central governments have already entered into election mode for 2024. So maybe in this year budget will be quite attractive from the general people like me and you people perspective, and government most simultaneously government will try to push rural economy and try to give more money in the hands of rural people. So maybe that would be quite a positive trigger for this FMCG index, and in such case it may outperform in this calendar year, I can say. But overall, you know that this is a comparatively this particular space considered as a defensive space. First thing. Another thing is that it has its own pace. Means if you see the beta of this particular sector, that volatility of this particular sector and stocks, so it is not that much on higher side. Generally, beta of this all companies belongs to this sector generally remain below 1. So nature of this company itself shows that it is not that much volatile. So maybe it will gain, but it will gain its own pace. So meanwhile, to me, it is looking sideways, no doubt at all, but not looking that much bad to me. Let's see how government will focus on budget, especially on this the general people perspective and rural perspective. Maybe that would be the positive trigger. First thing. Another is maybe comparatively in 2023, once again, in my opinion, it will do well comparatively. I'm not saying it will give outperforming performance in this current year 2023, but yes, it will remain positive. If I talk about short-term point of view, so there is a trend line that I would like to draw for you here, this particular thing. So it is holding about, maybe suppose it will breach this particular range, then I can say that there is some this head and shoulder pattern formation and breakout. And in such case, it may fall toward 22,000, 42,000 kind of level, that is 200 DMA. But it will only happen once there will be a heavy correction in market, otherwise not, in my opinion. It will remain traded in like that. But once again, picture would be more clear after 1st February, that is budget day, for this particular space. Okay, now next is one more sector, Nifty Energy, na? Nifty Energy.
Yes, Nifty Energy.
Nifty Energy. Okay. So Nifty Energy, today it has fallen almost 2% actually. Rai, can you share with me that how much Reliance fell in today's trading session? So Nifty Energy fell almost 2%, and maybe most probably because I have not seen today's market.
Okay, I'm just saying
2%.
No, I'm just checking.
Okay, so Reliance may be the major trigger for this particular.
Reliance has actually 1.38% negative.
Okay, so Reliance and this energy index, Reliance is already now trending below 200-day moving average, which has a major weightage in this this index, energy index, and this particular index itself is now trending below 200 DMA. And one more observation I would like to draw here, that this range actually, if you see this range, there is a flat kind of formation, flat 200 DMA here. 200 DMA is quite flat, and it has faced resistance here around 200 DMA, and now it has fallen. So maybe it may turn a little bit negative in coming days. Let's see how it is going to behave, but meanwhile it is looking negative. Reliance is also looking negative. This particular sector index, energy index, is also looking quite negative. But at the same time, other stocks like Coal India and Power Grid and this NTPC or Hindustan Petroleum is comparatively looking good, no doubt. But yes, heavyweight is not doing well, and that is why most probably index is not doing good. So overall sentiment is negative in this particular space, unless and until it will remain holding below 200 DMA in this particular range. And if I talk about levels point of view, so 200 DMA is placed around currently around this 26,300, 400. So I can say roughly 26,400, 500. Unless and until it is trading below that, I can say it will remain traded in pressurized manner. Otherwise, suppose it will cross and hold, so maybe sentiment will change in this particular index. But meanwhile, there is no sign that it will cross. One more thing I would like to draw your attention here: this trend line from here to this here, then another trend line here. So after considering all these factors, I can say some negativity is there, no doubt. And suppose it will remain traded like this, the next target would be around 24,500 kind of levels in downside. So almost I can say 1,000 to 1,500 point of fall may happen in this particular index. So maybe negativity is there in my opinion in this particular index. Okay. Now let's move toward query session.
Yeah.
So let's start with beginning. Can we watch it on YouTube also? Yes, I think Rucha it is available on YouTube now, and recording is also there in later on.
Yes, it's available on YouTube.
Yes, thank you. So if link, yes, you can search William O'Neill India Bazaar pe Charcha, you will find easily on YouTube. It is available, and link has already shared here. Okay, thank you. Now, someone is asking about clear cut this Nifty auto crosses 13,400. Then Nifty is also changed to upward. maybe or may not be, it depends upon sectoral performance and depends upon benchmark overall market performance. But generally it happens. I am not denying for that. But let's see how it is going to shape the market in coming days. Meanwhile, I am talking levels perspective. Levels is visible, whatever visible we are discussing with you. Obviously, if sentiment will change, then only it will give clear-cut breakout. But sometimes exceptions are always there. So I'm not denying for exceptions. But yes, about 13,400 sustainable trending above in auto index, it may turn bullish. But likewise, Nifty 18,300, 400 above, it may turn positive. Not saying bullish, it may turn positive sentiment. Sentiment may change positive above 18,300 in Nifty. And likewise, if I talk about in autos, trend will change about 13,400 from sideways to bullish. So let's see how market will shape in coming days. Sometimes it may move parallelly and sometimes not. It is not 100% like that. It is very difficult to answer that both will move parallelly. Okay, because if you talk about in 2022, so there was a situation when even though Bank Nifty has a highest weightage, almost 38%, 37%, 38% weightage in Nifty, but Bank Nifty was not doing good, but other sectors like energy, IT and other sectors was, so that's why Nifty was performing, outperforming to Bank Nifty. If you remember last year's situation in 2022. So there was a time when Nifty was outperforming to Bank Nifty, even though Bank Nifty was not doing good. So इसमें possibilities are there. Anything and everything can be happen in market. Now, Bank Nifty very weak. Okay. Okay, now let's move toward a stock specific query. So Rai, would you like to take Tata Steel?
Yeah, sure.
I'm stopping my screen so you can share.
Okay. Actually, I was checking some of the stocks which was asked by someone. So someone was asking about Balaji Amines, SRF, and Deepak Nitrite also. So I would like to discuss that first. So Balaji Amines, so this is the daily chart of Balaji Amines, and if you look at the chart itself, the stock is actually in the downward trend. And if you look at the volume perspective, it is like people are trying to sell it, and the volume is above average volume, and it is actually on the verge of deterioration. So there is no point in buying such a stock which is actually falling.
Meanwhile, its trend is very weak actually.
Very weak, very weak.
And it is approaching toward 200 days, 200 week moving average, which is placed around 2100 kind
No,
of.
I'm
level.
talking about Balaji Amines.
Bala Mines, na?
So 200 is already pretty long back.
2300, na?
Oh, okay, you're talking about the numbers. Okay, yeah.
I'm talking about numbers.
Okay.
So meanwhile, 200 week moving average is placed around 2100. So let's see how it will. Let's see whether it will take support around that. But overall sentiment is bearish, trend is negative.
Yeah. SRF. So this is the daily chart of SRF, and if you look at the chart itself, the stock is actually falling down. So so overall sentiment is bearish here as well. And as of now, there is no sign of recovery. But from the past 3 days, that is a small hope that has come, that actually stock is closing on the positive note, and volume is also good here. So, but still, it is not looking attractive to invest in at this point of time. SRF. Then M1 was Deepak Nitrite. So Deepak Nitrite is also like same story. The stock has breached its all key moving averages. If you look at the strength, your price strength 24, fair demand is also not that great. EPS rank, if you look at rank is 141, that is very and not that great. And if you look at the chart itself, it is actually in the complete bearish, So as of now, I would not suggest to invest in this stock unless and until it is trying to at least move upward and trying to reclaim towards its at least first inflection point is 21 DMA, which is around 5% away from this market price of the Deepak Nitrite. So at least 5% recovery is required, and then we can think of it. But overall sentiment in this Deepak Nitrite is negative.
one more thing, that there is some kind of support in downside around 1700. So let's see how it will take support or not, but that is not that much strong support. Suppose it will breach 1700, then downside may accelerate further. So sentiment is negative, not advised to buy or invest at current level.
Yeah. What was next? Where is the chat thing? I'm not able to see the chat only. Okay.
Okay, it
Okay.
was
Chat
there.
is on the top. Okay. It has come on the top. Okay. JSL and Coal India. I am taking from the down. Is it okay? Or we should take it from the top?
No, you can take in.
Okay. Coal India.
So Coal India, positive, but today, and because of maybe correction. Another thing is that it has some sort of resistance around 230, 235 range. And it touched 233 and afterwards showing some negativity. And another thing is that energy index has also fallen. So let's see how it is going to behave. So from the last few days, it was showing some positivity, but it has strong resistance around 235 range. So below that, I can say it will remain traded in sideways. So let's see what will happen in coming days. Meanwhile, looks sideways. Not that much good, that much bad, sideways.
Apollo Hospital.
Next, Apollo.
Apollo Hospital.
Apollo Hospital.
It is already on my screen.
Yes. So Apollo Hospital, if I talk, so it has already breached 200 DMA. Now trading below it. Momentum has deteriorated substantially in coming few days, especially on weekly. But one thing, there is some sort of support around 4200. I think today it has breached 2200. Now below to 4200. Sorry, not 2200, 4200. So suppose from here, suppose it will remain traded below 4200, then negativity may extend in coming weeks actually. So meanwhile, it is looking weak. Suppose it will turn from here, from downside to upside, then only there would be some hope in coming days. But meanwhile, sustainable trading below 4200, I can say that downside may accelerate in coming days. So as such, there is no positivity in this stock also.
AIA Engineering.
AIA Engineering. Its stock is hovering around 200 DMA. There is a very good support around 200 exponential moving average, which is placed around 2400. There was some price range support is also there in 2400. So 2400 is a critical level to us. Breaching below that level may turn negative. So let's see. Meanwhile, if I talk about momentum point of view, so momentum is not looking that much attractive. So don't know how it is going to behave in coming days. So let's see. I would suggest it's better to avoid this particular stock for time being, because suppose it will breach this 2400, then downside may accelerate toward 2200 kind of level. So it is very difficult to say at current juncture that whether it will hold this 2200 2400 or not. So maybe falling below it, maybe another 10% kind of correction may happen in this particular stock. Next
one is Gravita. Gravita India. Oh, it is actually
Gravita is positive.
Yeah.
Even Gravita is positive, but today buying at current juncture is very difficult because stop loss is not manageable. It is better to wait and watch in this particular stock to take fresh entry. Otherwise, overall sentiment is quite bullish. Whomsoever those who is holding in their portfolio can remain holding or can book partial profit, at least 50% profit if someone is getting very good profit. If I talk about trailing stop loss point of view, so trailing stop loss is placed around in this particular index. At least that trailing stop loss is also very deep, around almost 400, 410 kind of level. So stop loss is deep. So that is why I would not advise to take positions in this particular stock. Otherwise, sentiment is very, very strong in this particular stock. Next.
Gravita, Granules. Granules
India.
Yeah.
Granules, there is a fall happened. Negativity trending below 200 DMA. Maybe next target would be around 270, 260. Looks negative to me at current juncture. Next.
Kaynes Technology. Kaynes. Kaynes Technology. Kaynes.
Kaynes,
IPO based stock.
so we have added, I think, last week, but we have removed now. So there is a breakout already happened from mid to long term perspective around 760, and on the basis of that only we have added. But now it has entered into sideways. So it has that there is some deterioration in momentum also. So even though sentiment is bullish from mid to long term perspective, but short term perspective now it has entered into sideways. Another thing is downside where I would like to suggest a level that is 760. Unless and until it is trending above 760, there is no problem as such in continuation of bullish trend. But suppose it will breach below 760 and enter trending below 760, then I can say problem will start. So meanwhile, sentiment is positive from long term, but from short term perspective, sideways.
Grindwell Norton. May I take this?
Okay.
So this stock is actually trading in the sideways, and if you look at the chart, actually recently the stock has actually breached its all key moving averages. But here, meanwhile, it got support around 1777 or 1780 kind of level, and from there it has actually tried to show the resilience. And in this process of this entire journey that it has taken, here it has reclaimed its 200 DMA also and 50 DMA, 21 DMA meanwhile, but still it is actually having resistance of 100 DMA where it is trying to struggle hard to sustain above it. So we can say that the stock has actually stuck in the sideways between 100 DMA and 200 DMA. So either side breakout is possible, but if you look to enter in this stock, then I think let this stock at least reclaim its 100 DMA, which is placed around 2014. So I think 2016 to 18 or 2020 would be the ideal point to enter if you want to.
Right, there are a lot of stock regarding auto stocks. So let's start with Tata Motor.
Okay.
So Tata Motor, if I talk, sentiment is bullish. Sentiment has turned. Last week, if you remember, there was a positive commentary regarding this global business, Jaguar Land Rover. Positivity was there, and there was a gap up opening. Then it is in continuation. Yesterday, actually, it has already given downward sloping trend line breakout on daily chart. And number was also there. I have not seen numbers, so I cannot comment numbers point of view. So sentiment is looking not that much attractive, but it is looking attractive. And anyway, this comparatively valuation, this current stock price is suggesting it's a long-term price, or I can say the supporting long-term price trend. So if someone is interested to buy this particular stock from long-term perspective, then one can consider. From short-term perspective, if I talk about stop loss, so from short-term perspective, so one can keep any particular stop loss below 400. Falling below 400, I can say it may once again enter into sideways. But from long-term perspective, if someone is looking to accumulate this particular stock, so I think 400, 410, 420 is the right time to buy. But suppose once again 400, it will breach 400 level, then once again it may enter into sideways. So meanwhile, it is showing some mixed picture of thing at current juncture. It purely depends upon breakout in auto index, sustainability in Nifty, then only this is going to perform. So 50-50 kind of situation is there in this or Tata Motor. But overall bias is bullish, not that much bearish in this Tata Motor. Next is TVS Motor.
Okay.
Let's finish few auto index or the
Sure.
stocks.
Yeah.
So TVS Motor, two-wheeler stock, it has really outperformed from the last month onward, from December month, there was a bearish candle formation on weekly and monthly chart, and now it has entered into some sort of correction. Meanwhile, it is trending below 50 DMA in sideways range only. So maybe from a next few weeks perspective, it will remain traded in sideways. Once again, budget is the key trigger for this particular auto space. Like I have commented earlier, like EV and everything, and how this companies, how TVS, even though TVS has already declared its future plan for EV, but there are a lot of competitions having in two-wheeler space. Like there are so many like Ola Scooter, Ether, and other companies are also there. So TVS is really facing some or strong competition in two-wheeler space. Meanwhile, if I talk about price-wise, so price-wise, it looks sideways only. That is not that much bearish or that much bullish. If I talk about support and everything in this TVS, so TVS motor, 200 EMA is placed around 940 kind of level, 200 EMA, sorry, 200 exponential moving average is placed around 940 kind of level. So that is a strong support, and followed by, so maybe 920 to 940 is a very strong support in this particular stock. So comparatively, stock has really did well, but now it is in sideways. I would suggest to wait till budget. Now next is this Rai, Ashok Leyland.
Ashok Leyland.
Ashok Leyland trend is sideways from the last 3-4 months. It is trending in sideways only. Overall sentiment is not looking that much good or that much bearish. Wait for budget. Let's see how trend will emerge in auto space, auto index, and this particular stock. Meanwhile, it looks sideways. Now, Ashok Leyland, then Tata Motor we have done.
Anyone has asked about Maruti?
Let's take Maruti.
Okay.
So Maruti, 2 days back on Wednesday, today is Wednesday, on Monday, stock has given a very good breakout after almost 1 month of consolidation around 200-day moving average, and the stock is standing with positive bias. So sentiment is positive. Let's see how it is going to behave now. That the company has revealed its product line for 2023, and in all space like diesel petrol space as well as EV space. So sentiment has now turned positive, but once again, breakout, it is a matter of breakout in index as well as it is a matter of sentiment in overall market. But if I talk about stock point of view, if someone is really interested to take position in this particular stock, so one can take position in this particular stock with stop loss of, from long term perspective I am talking, with the stop loss of 8200. So in my opinion, unless and until the stock is holding above 8200, so there is no problem from long term perspective. Like Exide batteries.
Okay. Exide industry or bat?
Same thing, Exide industries.
Okay.
Right? So there was actually stock hit around 195 kind of level, 92 kind of level in this month only. That is multi-month high, and afterward it has entered into some sideways kind of things. It has hit in the month of December. In the month of December, it touched almost 194, 195. Afterward, it turned into sideways, and meanwhile, it is trending in sideways only. So maybe I can say one thing: overall sentiment is even though bullish, but meanwhile, it is trending in sideways. If I talk about levels point of view, the 174, 175 is a critical level to watch in this particular stock. Suppose it will remain holding above 174, then positivity may be there, but suppose it will be reached, then once again I can say next target would be around 165 to 160. But meanwhile, as such, there is no sign that it will reach 175. So I can say overall that it is now from the last 1.5 months, it is trending in sideways. From long-term perspective, it is not looking that much bad, but short-term perspective, it is in sideways. Now, let's take Sona Comms.
Sona Comms.
Sona Comms is an IPO stock. After touching almost 840 kind of level, there was a heavy correction happened to 400, and there is some bottom formation, triple bottom formation happened, and now from the last 2-3 trading sessions, stock is forming height of higher bottom formation on daily chart. So maybe this is the indication of trend change. It is not confirmed yet, but maybe this is the indication of trend change. So I would suggest to follow buy on dip strategy, to just keeping stop loss below 400. So meanwhile, stock is placed around 440, 450 range. So suppose if someone is able to find this particular stock around 425, and after considering stock trend, after considering sector trend, and after considering market trend, one can start accumulating this stock, but don't forget to keep stop loss below 400. Or maybe 395 would be the appropriate stop loss in this particular stock from mid to long term perspective. Now let's take other sector queries also. Tata Power.
Okay.
Tata Power sideways, trending below 200 days moving average, meanwhile not looking that much attractive. Next support is strong support is placed around 190. Let's see how it will take support around 190, and falling below 190 may turn negative. Meanwhile, support is there around 190. Overall sentiment is not looking that much good in this particular stock at timing. It must cross and hold the 220 kind of level to turn bullish from here. And meanwhile, as there is no sign that it will cross and hold that level. So sideways with negative bias.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, Ankush is asking about please some light on Adani stocks.
Okay, let's take Adani port first.
Okay.
Speedy manner. Adani port has already breached 200 DMA. Overall sentiment is negative. Yesterday and today also it has fallen. Maybe next support would be placed. Strong support is placed around 650 kind of range. So sentiment is negative. Strong support is around 640, 650 in Adani port. Now Adani Enterprise.
Okay.
Adani Enterprise, there is a OFS is there, and Mr. Adani has already declared OFS price around, I think if I'm not wrong, in between 31, 3200. So you can consider from short-term perspective, you can consider that price as a support zone in this particular stock. Otherwise, the stock has already breached at 100 DMA, and after 100 DMA, now it is consistently falling, and currently trending around 3300, 3400 kind of range. So sentiment is not looking that much attractive in this particular area. So I would not suggest anybody to buy this stock at current level. But yes, maybe situation will turn in coming days. But meanwhile, I would suggest to avoid. Now,
Adani Green.
Adani Green.
Also bearish.
So bearish trending below 200 DMA, so avoid time being. Next, any other Adani stock? Adani Wilmar.
Transmission, Adani
Wilmar trending below 200 DMA. I would suggest to avoid time being. Then Adani
Transmission.
Adani Transmission trending below 200 DMA. It is better to avoid time being.
Yeah, all these stocks are actually falling, and yeah, it is actually deteriorating.
Now let's take DMart.
DMart.
DMart. It has already after earning numbers was not that much attractive, and because of that, the stock there was a gap down happened.
Gap down on 16,000
and below 100 DMA. So meanwhile, sentiment is not that much good. Support is placed around 3250, no doubt. 3250 is a strong support area. Falling below that, next target would be 33,000 kind of level. So meanwhile, once again, it is not looking attractive to buy.
Mahindra CI.
Mahindra CI. Trend is bullish, no doubt at all. So it is not ideal to buy at current juncture, but if someone is holding, one can remain holding with the stop loss of 280. But the stop loss is very deep from here. If so, maybe one can keep stop loss of 320 also. 320, that is also very deep. But trend is bullish. Things are that like once trend will be there intact in this space, so maybe it will outperform. So meanwhile, it is very difficult to say what to take actions. But in this month only, after touching almost 400 kind of level, now it is 365. So if someone is holding, like there is, I can see comment on chat book that I am holding. So one can book partial profit. I would not suggest anybody to take fresh position in this particular stock at current juncture. But if someone is holding and getting good profit, so one can book partial profit. Meanwhile, stop loss is very deep, so not advised to buy or take fresh position at current level.
Hindustan Copper.
Hind Copper.
Yeah.
Hind Copper. Trend is positive. So mid to long term perspective. And on weekly chart especially, it has given breakout above 120. So unless and until it is now it is trending above 120, there is no problem. But suppose it will breach 120 level, then once again it will enter into sideways. Meanwhile, looking positive, but falling below 120, turn negative. Otherwise, it will remain traded in bullish.
Double bottom price formation also.
Double bottom price formation is also there on chart, on daily chart.
And Policy Bazaar. Policy Bazaar. Are you
Policy
there?
Bazaar, it is a
Okay.
new age business. Policy Bazaar or Paytm or Nykaa or other companies has really fallen after IPO. Meanwhile, as there is no sign of any particular recovery. So it is very difficult to comment at this juncture what to do. But meanwhile, as there is no sign. In my opinion, this is not a right time to buy this particular stock unless and until someone is interested to follow bottom fishing strategy. In my opinion, once the stock will cross 500, 490, 500 kind of level, then only there will be sign of trend change. Otherwise, it will remain traded in this only. And structure is very weak. So I would not suggest to buy or take any position in this particular stock. Looking quite negative to me. Maybe crossing above 500 may turn its trend. Meanwhile, as such, there is no sign that it will change. It will cross 500 and trend will change. Okay.
Hindalco.
Hindalco. Hindalco, obviously, metal sector is doing good. So Hindalco is comparatively doing good. So trend is positive, not that much positive, but it is showing some positivity. And now stock has approached resistance zone around 500. Now once it will cross 500, so then there is another resistance in the range of 520, 525. So I can say that trend is positive, but in upside there is a supply zone. So that is the point of concern in this particular stock. Otherwise, sentiment is positive in this particular stock. Meanwhile, next,
Almost 535 has already happened.
let's take 4-5 few more queries, especially from frontline.
Sunflag.
No, frontline stock. If there is any query regarding frontline stock, let's take Power Grid.
Power Grid, okay.
So Power Grid in sideways only from the last almost 6-7 months. So today there was some negativity. Now, if I talk about levels point of view, so 210 is a critical level to watch. Suppose it will remain trending below 210, then negativity would be there. But suppose it will hold about 210, then maybe sideways. As such, trend is sideways, not looking that much attractive. If I talk about breakout point of view, so there is a range I would like to suggest with you around 230. So 230, 232 is a breakout level, but I don't think so it is going to cross that much easily, at least in next few days. So just one can keep watching that level. Meanwhile, it is in sideways. Next, have we discussed PFC REC?
No.
No. So PFC has reached to 121 EMA. Now next target would be around 142 and then followed by 135. So correction may extend in this PFC. Next is REC. Once again, correction may extend in REC also. Generally, PFC and REC trend parallelly in same direction. So both indexes showing some more correction may happen in both stock.
HCL Technology.
HCL Tech. 29,000 was the critical level in Nifty index, Nifty IT index, and all IT indexes, all IT stocks followed a trend in IT index, or I can say that IT index has followed trend in stocks. Number was good from HCL side. Q3 number was good. Now stock has 2 days back only stock has reached yesterday even yesterday only, stock has already breached in resistance zone of 1150. So now from here, 1150 is a critical level to watch. One thing. Another thing is there is a strong supply area in the range of 1180 to 1200. So that is also a critical area. So roughly I can say from here, 1150 to 1200 is a critical level to watch. I am expecting it is not going to cross this 1150 to 1200 area or zone so much easily in coming few months or coming few weeks actually. So maybe resistance would be there and maybe it will remain traded in sideways. HCL time. Can we hear something from dear Mayuresh? Mayuresh sir, I think today is not available.
Yeah. Reliance already we have discussed. Someone has asked, Ankush has asked about Reliance industry. Already we have talked when he was talking about Nifty Realty.
Reliance has already breached 200 DMA.
Energy.
So let's see negativity. Reliance, na?
Reliance. When
Reliance has already breached 200 DMA. Energy index has already breached 200 DMA. So negativity is there. Let's see if I talk about price zone. So 2300 is a critical price zone. 23, it has very good support in the range of 2300. So let's see how it is going to behave. But meanwhile, there is a negativity in Reliance and energy index both.
Okay, Vadilal.
There is no any frontline stock.
Bharti Airtel is there.
Bharti Airtel I'm taking.
Okay.
Bharti Airtel is in sideways, holding about 200 DMA, 200 DMA, 200 DMA, which is currently placed around 750 is a critical level to watch. Falling below that may extend its downtrend, but meanwhile it is in sideways. Let's take last two couple of queries so we can wrap up this session around 5:40.
Okay.
Last two.
Sun Pharma.
Sun Pharma. Okay. Sun Pharma is in sideways only, and it is very important to remain holding above this 1050 level to remain more bullish from here. Suppose it will fail to hold above 1050, then it will enter into sideways. Holding about 1050, then only will consider it as it is in a positive trend or uptrend. Otherwise, it will enter into sideways. So 1050 is a critical level to watch in this particular stock. Sun Pharma. Last one.
LT.
Last one, two bros. So looking quite attractive to me. Maybe I would be biased in this particular stock, but in my opinion, this particular stock may outperform in 2023. Trend is strongly positive from mid to long term perspective. From short term perspective, it is in sideways. Today, I think we have removed from.
We have removed it from our portfolio.
TraderSmith is a purely trading, short term trading strategy. So that is one thing. For short term perspective, it is there may be some sideways kind of actions or some negativity. But from if I talk about entire calendar year point of view, this particular stock is a really one can follow to buy on dip strategy in this particular stock. So looking attractive from 2023 perspective. From short term, maybe some correction may happen. So I think we tried to discuss a lot of questions, and we successfully discussed also, and it is now almost 5:40. So let's wrap up this session here. If we have not answered someone's query, so we are extremely sorry for that. You can write us. We will try to answer you on email. Thank you.